Go.
Tell me.
Is you gonna be quiet long enough for me to start the thing?
Ooh. Okay, we're getting started shortly. That was quick.
It don't ever do what I want.
It make you feel like you walking down the street. Like.
You so stupid. Hey, whenever I was walking through the hallways on campus, I always had music playing. They be like, "Why you walking like that?"
Cause I'm walking to the
There's
beat
a
of my
whole theme song going on in my head.
You don't even know.
How you been?
I've been good. Trying to work on some of my things outside of my 9 to 5.
Okay.
Saying down. Somebody got to do it.
I know, right?
Yeah, keeping busy overall though.
I gotta stop BSing.
Trying to keep myself motivated.
I saw a nice little job up yesterday, and I was like, maybe I should apply for this. It's like a financial advisor through Merrill Lynch.
If you thought that, you
program.
probably should.
I'm apply.
Usually your first thought is correct.
I am. But then I'm like, if I get that job, I'm gonna have to be like real serious. Like I'm gonna have to change my whole persona.
Maybe that ain't the place to go.
Oh yeah, I forget.
Maybe that's not the
I be
place
forgetting who I talking
to
to.
go. Yeah, you're probably telling the wrong person. Tell one of your other friends. And they be like, yeah.
Go for it, do it.
Go for it. Change your voice.
You stupid.
Walk like this.
I would love that though. That would be interesting. It just seemed like it'd be hard.
I think most
Not
jobs,
that it'd be hard.
Yeah.
That it'd just be like a real
Right.
shift from everything else I've been doing. But whatever. That
I
was
think
just
once
me.
you get into
Since
it,
she was
it'd be
talking about,
easy.
all the great things you got going on, because we know she works at the job, she works outside the job, she goes to meetings and orientations,
Pump
and
me up. Keep
all
going.
that good stuff. I'll be so proud.
Don't
I'm like,
stop. Ooh.
one of these days, I'm gonna get my shit together so I can
Oh.
be a little bit more like Layla.
I'm still trying to get my stuff together. It's like every time you think you did something.
That's why you got to keep. That's a note in your life. I've been listening to Coach Stormy. She's one of the black people. She does one of those. It's not a pyramid scheme, but it's pyramid. What is it called? Peer marketing.
Okay.
She works for one of those companies, and she said one of her worst years, she made $13 an hour, and one of her worst years in the business, after I'm sure some growth, she made $3 million. So I'm like,
Where do I sign up? What is it? What is this?
they sell like those health teas or whatever.
So you got to
But
get
she
people to
help-
sign up,
yeah,
and
gotta
then you
people-
get people to sign up to get other people to sign up.
Yeah.
I can't. I tried to do that, and
It depends on what they're selling. Like, if it's something I
Yeah.
can truly stand behind, like, I tried to do it with Prime America. And if I was the type of person who could actually sell insurance, it would have been great. But I'm a millennial. I live amongst the millennials. I know millennials. And we ain't thinking about no life
you
insurance
have to
right
find
about
a
now.
good target audience. I know
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that's gonna see this and be like, "Oh, Prime America hit me up too." They go through everybody. I went to one of those daggone
You went to a
things.
meeting?
Yeah, I did. Or as they said, it was an interview. But then I get there, it was the
Right.
presentation, and then it
Right.
was all right. Bust your phone out, girl. Go ahead and give me 10 numbers so we can call them down and blah blah blah. I was
Right.
like, okay, so
Oh,
this
they
is not
started you
how I'm-
off with the 10 numbers.
Yes.
Baby, you
On that
supposed to
first
like be
day.
in the building. See, that's
After I did the little orientation, we sat down one-on-one, and I was like, okay, so tell me a little bit more about this. And I was like, okay, so this ain't gonna work.
the reason that I don't see. That's the reason why people never really get into it, or people can't feel like it's a legitimate business, because they're so busy trying to get you for your leads more so than get you in the business. Like, the reason I stopped doing it is because I got my insurance license before the lady could really make her money off me. For real.
So you got your insurance license through them?
Yeah.
Oh wow, you did the whole thing.
Yeah, I went through
I
the
didn't
whole
even
process.
go
I paid the money to
stop.
have like
See,
the back
yeah.
office and everything. It was only $100. It was
I
worth
was
a try.
like, I'm trying to get me a job. I don't want to have to pay up front. And then also, I don't know. I wasn't sold on it, so how could I sell somebody else on it?
I think those type of situations, it really depends on who you come in under. Because if you come in under the right person, you really could make the game, and you really could find yourself being a part of it. But if you come in under somebody who really just trying to make money off of you, or really just trying to figure out who you know so they can figure out who they know, who they
Give
can
me some
figure-
names.
Right.
I was like,
That's
Well, the people that I know, they're not gonna be excited about me calling them about this stuff.
Right. Especially if I haven't called them in so long. Let me redevelop these relationships with these people before I call them
And
on
also,
some
too,
selling stuff.
insurance is in my background, so it was kind of like it would be like a random phone call. I have no
Now,
credibility.
The you should be
I'd
here
be like,
people.
nah.
They it's funny, but they macked it amongst our age group.
Does anybody know
Everybody
about
was
the
doing
"you
that.
should be here" thing?
Everybody knows about the you should be here thing.
Thing. It's funny we call it a thing. It's a organization,
Yeah.
company.
A traveling concierge company.
I heard
thought
you
it was
can get
cool.
a car out of it. Only thing,
Somebody did get a car that we know, but I don't really.
only
trying to
thing
promote
about
them.
it that had me. I mean, I don't know. I
But
felt
that
like
was
it was
something
like a pyramid thing, and I was like,
if I would have got on board early, if they was trying to be so secretive about it, for real, like just come to the meeting. What the meeting about? Just come to the meeting, girl. Tell me what the meeting about, so I can feel like it's worth my time. I don't
only
just be
thing
leaving
that
the
was
house.
funny about it was like they people that you haven't talked to in a long time. they're
Years
like,
will call
"Let's
you
catch
every
up.
week."
Let's catch up. Let's talk. I miss you. And then you get
No.
to the meeting. And, well, not even the meeting. I get to what I thought was like, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" And it was
It's a
like,
whole
"Here's this, that, that."
orientation.
And I was like, "What the heck is?" I felt blindsided. So now my trust is like down because it's like I didn't know what your motive was. So I feel like I got
That
bamboozled
was
and
the
played
thing.
and
Like,
fitting into it. Like,
if people are just more transparent, people will probably be more on board to do it.
I don't know, but it's funny.
I thought
and I
that-
still get people reaching out to me about it.
Really?
Yes.
I would think they would have
people
a
from like UT.
okay, because it's in Toledo. But
And
I
it's
feel like the
like, "Hey, girl,
Cleveland,
what's up?"
the Cleveland crowd is exhausted. Like you ain't gonna
It's
get
saturated.
You ain't. Yeah, it's too saturated. That's what I was saying. By the time I really knew about it, it was so saturated. It was like ain't no point because y'all done hit up everybody I would have hit up.
Too much soy sauce on the chicken.
But I know some people who are very successful at it for like a good while. But then at some point you have
It seems
to.
like it would die out, or maybe you got to go to a
Yeah,
different area.
you gotta go to a different area.
because you've already exhausted all of your personal contacts. I think that's who they target first, and then they kind of branch out to people.
But that seemed like it was so easy to sell vacations or to sell like those. It seemed like it would have been something I would have preferred to have tried before the Prime America,
Before.
but I was tainted by the Prime America situation. Talking about they're not pyramid schemes. We're talking about peer-to-peer marketing. I'm not gonna call them pyramid schemes because I don't think they have to be that. I think people who work within the organization make them
Make it
that by the way they decide
And then
to
also,
go about it.
I'm thinking that people identify it as that too, because it's like,
Oh, yeah, that's
I sign you up, and then you got to sign people up. You need to get people up under you. It was just, again, similar to Prime America. I felt like it was like so much pressure, and I was like blindsided with this is what it really is.
Yeah.
So for me, my trust is like, but I can sell jobs, but I don't know if I'm about to be just getting people to just sign for
Yeah.
something because. I don't
Especially
know.
something they got to
It's
pay
hard
for
me to just
every
sign-
month.
Right,
Like,
it's hard for me
I'm
to sign
adding
up for
another
something
bill
too.
to somebody's life.
Especially if you're talking to somebody that's already hungry, they hurt, the pockets is shot, and you want me to sign up for this, and I got to pay each month. I can barely get my cell phone paid. No, I'm not signing up.
I can pay. Stupid.
You would have to sign up people that already have jobs. Like, you really have to target a
do.
specific audience for that.
And then you got to come in with money. Like that's
Yeah.
the one. These are the type of organizations where you looking to get paid for something, and you got to come in and make an investment. So it's just like, oh god,
I don't even know if I'm gonna be good at it. And I'm not a gambler. So,
real.
you know what? I guess that's why.
You stupid.
I just came to that conclusion. I don't gamble.
It's from. They kept pushing the
I felt
fact
like
that
it was a chance.
They kept saying it was only $100. It was only $100. In my head, I'm like, I think they won me over with the only $100 thing because it was worth $100 shot.
That was cool that you got the license though.
Yeah.
Did you use it? You want to use it?
I
When does
used it
expire?
twice, and it expires like, it expired in January.
Mm.
But like, trust me, from just being me, getting that insurance license is not hard. Like,
Very easy.
If you want to get an insurance license,
You can
get it.
It's just a matter of if you want to pay
What
for
I
it.
really wanted to get was the 6 Series license so I could sell retirement plans and Roth IRAs. IRA. That's what I really wanted to get into because I felt like that would be something I could sell to my age group. Okay,
Yeah.
we're what is it called?
I will hope that you can sell it to your age group.
What is it called? When you get old and you stop working and they give it to you from the government.
I hate that I can't think of it.
You
right
know what I'm
now.
talking about, too,
Yeah,
though.
I know what you're talking about.
That's going to be gone by the time we
Social
get our
Security.
Social Security.
Told y'all I knew what it was.
It's social, but it ain't secure no more, so I forgot the name, okay?
Hey, Norman. Ew.
It's not going to be there by the time we get old, so I feel like it would have really been easy to sell those retirement plans with that being a fact, you know what I'm saying?
I
But
would hope.
the person that I was under didn't want me to get my 6 series because she didn't have hers, so she wasn't going to be able to make money off
You
me
hear how people
selling them.
will stifle you in your growth?
Just so, she was like, I got to get mine first because I'm not going to get paid off
Who did
the
you go under? What was her name?
a bitch. But anyway,
Ah!
I saw her a couple days ago at the gas station, and she was like trying to talk to me.
Did
And I
you
was
say
like,
hey?
"You know I don't fuck
Did
with
you say hey?
I spoke
Ah!
because it's like there was no legitimate reason to be shady. Like I'm not. I wanted to be shady, but it was like there's no legitimate
I'd
reason.
be like, hi. Hit her with the hi from Friday.
And that was back when I was working with Medical
Hi.
Mutual, so I was really not on it. I was like,
feeling
I'm
yourself.
with Medical Mutual.
I'm done.
I'm in a data analysis department.
Not interested.
I'll make good money. I don't have to be bothered
Hey
with all
girl,
this.
how you doing? I don't want to join. How's your child? Please don't ask me to join that program. I'm not interested. Oh, you're doing good. Okay, I'm gonna get ready to go. I said I'm not interested. Bye.
But if I'm gonna do sales, I just gotta sell something I care about, and I just can't.
You got to sell something that you're interested in and that you're going to be able to give just so much information about to where you can convince somebody that that's the move that they
No,
want to
don't
make.
get me wrong.
You got to have it.
If you gonna have insurance, you probably should get it through Prime America because they have $100,000 policies that you can get for the price of whatever you paying now. So, I mean, they got
know,
good
man.
insurance.
It's a lot of
The process of getting it and dealing with
Yeah.
those people was hard, but whatever. We didn't come here to promote them.
sure did not. Should have bleeped their name out.
Everybody know who they is, though. If you say peer-to-peer marketing and you say insurance, people gonna be like, "Oh, I know what they talking about."
They got you too, didn't they? They love to get them college graduates. You got a degree on there, they hitting you up.
I thought I was really going. They had me hit
I was
me
all
with the
dressed
job
up for the interview. There's people in there dressed regular.
and then you see 50 people walk into the room. People like, "What the hell?"
All types of confusion. I was like, wait a minute. What is going on
So we
here?
doing group interviews or something? I've never
Well.
experienced this before.
Usually they would tell you if it's a group interview. They didn't tell me that. I
Oh.
don't like going to places with surprises. Y'all better stop playing with me.
I went
I
to
don't like
one.
it.
I went to one where it was like a diverse leadership line, and then I went to one where it was like a black leadership line, and I went to one where it was a white leadership line. And them white people will have you feeling like
By golly, this is the best decision.
no. They will make you feel like you ain't shit if you can't get hired through them. Like, no. We the shit. If you don't get in, you ain't. I was like, oh, they really selling this. Like, I can see how we're only gonna pick so many people because this is. I know you gonna pick everybody who showed up.
He gonna pick whoever stays by and says that they're interested because a lot of people got up and left.
Well,
And I was
maybe
like, well,
they
let
did
me
only
just
want
see.
maybe they did only want certain people on their team because they had like real strategies. Like they was, the teams that's really winning.
I don't know about them.
Anyways,
Tell me what you know about it.
you been keeping up with the
Tell me
news this
what you
week?
wanna go.
We're gonna go straight into our
Love back.
cosigns.
Yeah.
We're gonna start off real good, and then we're gonna like get into the not so good, and then we're gonna go straight into sign. How that feel?
Dum, dum, dum.
This last week was the Emmy Awards,
Yeah.
and the black actor swept the guest actors category. Just
Tell me about it.
all 4 of them black people. So Cat Williams won for best guest actor for Atlanta.
Okay.
Tiffany Haddish won for best guest actor in a comedy series for Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
And Samara Wiley, that was she Poussey in Orange is the New Black.
Oh, I don't watch Orange is the New Black. Sorry.
you don't know.
Is that the one with the hair? She wears the braids and the little knots, or no?
Mm-mm.
Don't know.
She has a short haircut, black one, brown.
Nope.
Kind of look like Lil Bow Wow. Not coming.
No, somebody else came to mind, but no.
You stupid. You watched The Handmaid's Tale?
No, but I heard about it.
That's what she won for.
Oh, she's in that?
She the black one.
Okay.
Still not coming? Okay.
No. I haven't watched it. I only heard about Handmaid's Tale.
And Ryan Cephas Jones for This Is Us. He was like, have you ever
He's
seen The
lead.
Wire?
Mm-hmm.
He was the crackhead. It was a lot of crackheads
I feel like
in The
there's a
Wire.
lot of crackheads in The Wire.
He was the one that used to push the cart. Nope. All right.
Sorry.
But they swept. 4 categories,
swept.
4 black people.
That's awesome news, really.
I wish I knew what button on this board was like the hand applause.
Let's do it now.
Let me see. Let me just try one and see what happens.
Why don't you say something crazy?
10, 9.
Okay, that wasn't it. Maybe this one? Why it sound like sports though?
I think
It
it
very
was.
much like sports. That was
Shout outs to all of the winners though.
it. And John Legend
Ooh wee.
becomes the first black male EGOT
He is not ordinary people
at all. He's
No, no.
extraordinary people.
He just landed EGOT status. Oh yeah. So that means that he has an Emmy,
Yes.
a Grammy,
Yes.
and an Oscar,
Oscar.
and also a Tony.
A Tony, yes.
Yes.
And he won the Tony and the Emmy for the same thing. Jesus Christ is a superstar.
Wow. I should probably try to tune into
So
that.
the
I'm
Tony
familiar.
was the stage. He won it for the stage, and then he won it also Emmy because they put it on TV live. So that was cool.
I
was
would
like,
actually
ooh,
watch it. I should
double
watch it.
whammy. I wanted to watch it too, but then I was like, I don't know. Because I don't like when people play with Jesus, and I feel like
It was playing
which
with
is
God?
weird. Which is weird because I'm not like super
What
religious.
was the plot of it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what
I'll
is
read into
about?
it to see what it is. I'm not sure.
It's like Carmen is a hip hopper, but with Jesus.
Hey now. But what?
But with Jesus.
But what with Jesus?
You know, Carmen the hip hopper,
Okay. But
Carmen is like a old school play,
okay.
but they modernized it. when
Okay, so
Beyonce
that would
did
be
it.
something for us to do research on. I'm gonna have to look into that.
I know what I'm
I
talking
didn't
about.
know. No, I'm just saying I didn't.
You
I
gonna
mean,
have to
I
watch it
seen
a
what
little
he.
bit more.
I seen did like the title, but I never read into it to see like what it was about.
Okay.
I didn't know it was based on that either.
And also in the
is a
world
rock star.
of awards, Serena Williams lost to Naomi Osaka in the U.S. Open. But at least it was two black women.
Yeah.
Can we start there?
I don't know if the media is portraying that, but on a good
Wait.
note,
Two women of color.
two women of color.
That's how you have to say it.
They
'Cause she not
competed,
necessarily
and the
black.
best won that day.
Yeah.
Apparently, you know what I'm saying. But it's still,
There were
I'm still
hiccups
pleased
throughout
with
the
that.
situation. So
yeah.
Serena was accused of cheating and getting coaching from her coach.
They also gave
Deducted
away a point for her smashing her racket,
Yeah. It was more so because she called the umpire a thief.
and then she called the umpire a thief.
I was
That was
just-
verbal abuse, and he
let's-
wasn't having that.
Let's talk about having an overpowered referee. I'm like, in any other sport, can they take a point away? That's very fucking interesting. Like,
According to the International Tennis Foundation, he was right in all that he did. All his calls were correct. He was moving according to their rules and their regulations.
well,
he did
based
nothing
on the
wrong.
way she's been treated previously, of course they were going to side against her. But that's
You got no pull. Do you think that this was just a sexist thing? Because that's what she's kind of hinting. That's what she basically
I
said it
don't
was
want-
because she's a woman, or is it because she's a black woman?
I don't think I think she knew she couldn't win by saying this is the black thing. So she went woman because that's the easier fight to fight. But I definitely think it was a black thing. I think it was an assertive thing too. They expect women to like have this passive way about speaking out towards
Okay.
things that they dislike, and she, as a black woman, did not take the passive approach.
And a committed athlete. Like, I trained for this.
Yes.
I got prepared for this. You gonna take my point away? That is a problem.
That's super
I would
crazy.
be upset.
They
like,
need to change that rule. Like, so you
Yeah.
can basically steal the game from me by doing that. Like, that's crazy.
and I do agree with you though, because I was like, I kept seeing like sexist. It's because I'm a woman. Males do this all the time, but I'm like, girl, I feel like it's a little bit more than that. We gotta remember, we always got 2 strikes on us, like with almost everything that we do. Number one, before anything, before you get close enough for people to tell that it's a girl or a boy, you're black. You're black. Like, you know what I'm saying? No, if you gay or you got a specific sexual orientation, but you black, before they get to know that,
it's black first.
you black first.
Yeah.
But again, like you said, I think that the women rights, the sexist thing, it is the easier fight. Especially at this point in this climate with the stuff with Nike, and she wears Nike. Like, that probably would have been too much. And then plus she's married to a white man.
White billionaire.
White billionaire. I'm just saying.
That probably would
Listen,
be
like, that's the
another
easier
reason
fight.
for them to be upset, huh?
Like, you married to a white man, but then you saying that. So I do think her saying the
okay.
sexism was like it's an
Easier.
easier way out. But I think that wasn't just it, boo. I think you missed something
it's
if you
clear that
genuinely think it was just sexism.
It's clear that they don't want to highlight the fact that she is black, or even Osaka is black, because they
keep calling her first Japanese when she's half Haitian. She's Haitianese.
Haitian.
She's the first Haitianese.
Haitian is like as black as you can get, for real.
Seriously. She is, and she apparently, from what I had read, and they were disowned by her Japanese side because her mother had got with a Haitian man. So where did she grow up at? In a Haitian environment, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
With
she makes
those
sure to
customs
highlight
and those
that.
beliefs.
So even if she's so cute and so passive, I think she's the tolerable, new tolerable face of tennis for them. Like just need to coax Serena out and push her up.
It's a little diluted, but it has just enough.
Yeah, to where
Just
it's
enough
tolerable.
kick. It's tolerable. I mean, and look at her. But you look at her, you see she's Japanese, but you see those black features coming through. Okay,
Yeah.
that nose was round.
I feel bad for her because her whole little moment of winning
It's overshadowed.
overshadowed by the events that occurred.
That is true.
Serena really tried to pass it back to her, but honestly, I would have liked Serena to step in more.
What you
To
mean?
be like, no, let her have this
to
moment.
say it's not even about
About
my
the-
points or this sexism thing.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm not
give her her shine.
shine.
I can see what you're saying. It would be nice if she would. She whispered something to that effect
She
to
did,
her.
and she told
Like,
the
this your
crowd to
time,
stop
boo.
booing.
Take it in. They ain't booing you.
But I would have loved to see something like a Beyonce, Taylor Swift moment where she took the mic and said, no, I'm upset about what happened to me, but at the very end of the day, I lose, so Osaka could win.
Let this be the topic
So,
of discussion.
push her back into the front. But
And
she
I'll get
did
y'all
what she
another
could,
day.
and she did, she still is an athlete. So at the end of the day, Osaka was a competitor. So to show as much love as she did show was champion. But I did want to co-sign that I don't think she was wrong in her outrage, and I don't think she was wrong with, like, speaking back
calling
to
him out.
calling him out.
I ain't mad at that.
Did you see the cartoon?
Yes, I seen that animation.
I'm just like,
For anybody, if you're watching or listening, what the animation is a guy from Australia.
He's
Is he
from Australia.
He's Australian. Australian. I don't know, animator or whatever.
animator is a good word.
So, but
Cartoonist, maybe?
cartoonist. That's probably better. Cartoonist. He did a piece where it had Serena basically having a fit like a baby. Wham. You a baby. Had a racket broken
so
on the
stupid.
floor. Had a pacifier on the floor, and then they have little Osaka over there with blonde hair.
They turned her into a white woman.
Basically, and they just got Serena just looking real mad with a big old mouth, big lips, and hair sticking up off her hair.
It's very racist because they really turned her into like a mammy character.
They did. Like an animal, though. Real animalistic. That's one of the things that they always, in the past, have associated black people with being animals,
Just
not
because
human-like.
she's strong though, like
Yeah, and then the fact that she's strong, but even her thighs ain't that big.
you stupid. No, they're not.
No, they ain't. That was excessive.
And she's
And
not
he
that
exaggerated
skinny.
her, but then we got Osaka all slim and slender and proper and standing straight up,
With blonde
boobs sitting
hair.
up high, blonde
They
hair,
surely
at
is.
attention. And then this is how Serena is getting displayed. That's crazy.
Well,
That's crazy.
usually the winners write history, but I guess there's still some people who don't mind rewriting it.
They're going to always be trying to rewrite it, even with progression.
Yeah,
Ugh.
which is unfortunate.
Boy, bye.
She also still ended up with a $7,000 fine, but she's a multi-millionaire.
No,
She's
like chump change.
over the $100,000 mark, and she gives money away in Africa and
She
all
probably
that
wrote that
stuff,
check on her way
so.
out the door. She was like, yeah.
She should have bust. You ever seen Rihanna?
What?
When she was going on stage at the BET Awards and she threw the stack of money in one of the people's faces?
No.
It was a part of the show. That's why I feel like Serena should have gave him money. Just bust him in the head with a stack. There you go.
Throw it at him.
It don't make no sense.
I don't swear. Where my husband at? Go on and give me that 7 stacks.
That's kind of all we got for cosigns. You have anything else you want to
Everything
highlight?
is bad after that.
Well,
Actually, it kind of is.
well, I saw this when I was scrolling through for other articles.
Yeah.
Wanda Sykes is going to do a Netflix special, comedy special.
Oh, did she mention how much she's getting paid, or she wants to?
Do you want to go?
withhold that amount?
I'm sure, but considering that Tiffany Haddish has gotten one, and I'm sure they exchanged some discussion, and because we know how much Monique was going to get.
Thank you, Monique, for paving the way.
For real. Sometimes
Somebody got to give her
and
some credit.
this is something Serena said in her post-game interview. Sometimes we have to take the hit for the next person to win. So I just don't want us to forget about the people who took the hit, though.
Go on, Miss Parker. Well, that's very easy these days.
She did not say how much she got, but I think Wanda Sykes, she said she would have been happy to get $250,000. $250,000.
Oh, that's probably what she got there.
Because
They probably was like,
they
there you
offer
go.
her way lower than that, actually. Originally.
She probably didn't get that. Then.
And she never even talked about it. So.
Interesting.
Was it 250,000 or was it 500,000?
I can't remember.
I think it was 500,000.
I want to say it was
'Cause 250,000.
I don't know. I feel like it was an insult. Like I felt like it was too.
Well, 500,000 would have still been an insult.
I gotta double check it.
But
That's a fun fact to look into.
yeah,
Don't know.
want to start the sign?
Oh man.
And this week on
Stop. It's negative.
or shit in the news.
I like how you said fast. Shit in the news. Where we starting at?
You want to
wait? Is Tamar negative?
want to go? No, we're
Oh,
not. You want to do that? I mean, we can.
let's
we
start
can
with
end
Mac
with
Miller.
that. Yeah, let's start with Mac Miller.
Okay. Oh man, I don't have the date. Mac Miller passed away recently due
Last
to an
week.
apparent overdose. This was last week. I felt like it caught everybody by surprise because of the white rap beef going on with
Oh,
MGK
God.
and Eminem, and then out of nowhere, a white rapper that had nothing to do with it just ups and has an overdose.
Yeah.
Initially it kind of scared me.
I didn't see him dying.
I didn't either, but
But now when
what
I go back
happened-
and look at when I go back and look at like little clips from his life,
yes,
he was actually like heavily involved in drugs.
He was
and-
heavily involved in it, and he was like predicting his demise. Like he was. I heard like
Some
songs and interviews where he was talking about
He
how
didn't want to be known for that,
yeah, how
yeah.
overdosing that would basically be shameful. And think
He
about
was
how his
almost
mother
a
would
part
feel.
of the 27 Club.
What is the 27 Club?
Like there's a whole list of rappers who died of overdoses at the age of 27. He was 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just now learning about that club.
Yeah.
Who else is in that club?
Kurt Cobain.
Okay.
I think Amy Winehouse was 27.
Oh wow.
It's really weird.
I don't like that. Okay. Not interested in that club. Don't call or recruit me.
No.
Not gonna answer. Not gonna respond.
But what we wanted to highlight this week in that topic was that not giving people their roses when they're here. Let's not social media lies. That's what I'm gonna use. The word I'm gonna use. Death. Because there were a lot of people who probably hadn't spoke to him in quite some time who still managed to post a
picture of them
with him.
together.
And it's probably like a 17-year-old picture. And when he really needed you to uplift him and to support him while he was here,
Weren't there.
you probably wasn't answering his calls. They talk about so many people who he asked for a verse from or asked for a feature from. He couldn't get one. And let's not be fake to people. How can you, somebody said this on the Breakfast Club. He said, how can you wish me to rest in peace if you didn't want me to rest in life? And I was like, that is deep. So let's be very cognizant about the energy we give. And if somebody dies, it's okay to keep that same energy. You don't have to
You don't
bullshit.
gotta fake it.
Don't
because
bullshit
they
me in
passed.
death because that'll make me madder. I would rather you be like, it was fuck him then and it's fuck him now than be like, oh, he was such a good
Yeah.
Like, no, you wasn't rocking with me like that.
Do you think that family and friends should be like held accountable for somebody if they have a death and it's
I've
due to
never
overdose?
experienced somebody with that much money and that much access to drugs. Like, there's some people who I know who have drugs issues, but they don't have enough money to kill themselves. So
They don't got the right connect to kill themselves because they can find the right one to cut something with some fentanyl, and that'll be the bad trip, the last trip.
Yeah, that too. But like, I don't know nobody on heavy drugs like that. I don't know nobody who do lean. I don't know nobody who do coke. You know, everybody I know smoke. Well, I don't know anybody who's told me they do.
I was
coke.
about to say, you
that?
think you don't know. You think you don't know. But I mean, it's not visible, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe you don't see the signs of them.
Let me tell you, it's one person who told me they did coke, and that's an expensive drug. And she ain't got it like that no more. So she
cracking prescriptions. That's cheap though.
She no nugget does that.
I can't afford coke.
I can't afford coke. Coke is expensive.
I can't. It's too much.
And I guess she refused to become a crackhead. So.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
Hey, girl. Jameer said you was doing. No, just like
I didn't say who it was.
I do think, like, I guess for your circle or people around you, or even if it's like your team,
it's hard to tell people no when they write the checks, though. I'm sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure
when you're
some of Chris Brown's
financing
people,
the family, I'm sure they're gonna give you whatever they feel like you need to have to keep you going.
I just think every person that is famous or they're on a high level, they need to have at least one person in their camp that's gonna keep it real no matter what.
You know what I was thinking?
They
about
need to
earlier?
have one person to check it. Like, you tripping.
Opposed to having yes men in my camp, I want a whole bunch of no men.
Bruh, is that really you? Is that really your brand? Is this really what we pushing here?
Not my fans, because I would never call up nobody who followed me a fan. I don't like that word. Somebody used the word fan around me. I was like, who you think you is? But like your supporters, you want them to be yes men, but the people like in your circle, the people are part of the operation, they should be no men. Like, no, that's not what we doing. That's not what we about. That's not the image. That's not the life we trying to live.
You need somebody to be there to be like, bruh, you looking crazy right now in these streets.
Right.
I felt like at one point Chris Brown didn't have none of that. If I'm the star and I'm writing checks for everybody, I shouldn't be getting arrested for having a gun on me. Like, I shouldn't be getting in trouble for having
to a lot of people,
drugs
though.
on me. I don't be understanding that. Somebody should be holding my stuff.
Honestly, it's probably the people around him that are involved in the stuff more so than he is, and that's the reason he around.
Yo, circle wisely. Even if you don't got a whole bunch of cash, and you writing everybody's check.
I continuously write this narrative about him, especially because he's crazy, Chris Brown. But Charlamagne, the guy said that he was probably getting extorted by different gangs at one point in time, so that it would make it really difficult to tell him no at that extent, because now it's like people who wouldn't kill y'all if y'all say no. So
I don't know about that, him being extorted.
He said it himself. He was keeping drugs in his basement for people.
Well, whose fault is that?
It's kind of crazy.
That sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Get you a backbone. Moving on.
Yeah. We kind of swooped through these.
Yeah, we did. So Nicki and Cardi, they had that squirrel.
Altercation.
Altercation.
They said it wasn't a fight because a fight involves fisticuffs, and there were.
I said it was a squirrel. It was like a scuffle. It was furniture and shoes moving, but like no real action, except Cardi did walk away with a lump.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
I thought that was funny that she had all that energy and was around throwing shoes, but she was the only person that came out tainted.
Yeah.
I felt like that was really ironic.
Let's talk about it. Let's go in on this category.
So where were they at?
They were at the Ralph Lauren New York Fashion Week show. I think it was the show opener.
I think it was like, okay. I thought it was like a party. But
no, it was Ralph. It was a fashion show / party.
Oh, word.
After they walk, they talk. And they eat. And they drink.
I wonder what is on the menu. Come on, now get down. All right, so what happened? They were at a party or a fashion show.
Yeah.
And according to Cardi B, she overheard somebody saying something about her child.
No, it was more of I don't think it was that.
Well, this is according to Cardi B, though.
Oh, that's what she said? Okay, go ahead.
The video, she's yelling it.
In the No, I'm thinking you saying like she heard her talking about it as she was walking past.
No, she said she had overheard.
It was an on-site situation.
Somebody on her team was talking about her child.
Oh.
And that's when she pursued Nicki, and she was like, "Come here, B. Come here, B. Come here. Come over here. Come here, B." And then Nicki was like, "I'm staying right here. I'm staying right here." And so then there was a scuffle and Cardi B was trying to get to her. Nicki's camp was surrounding her. Her security was blocking her off. So she was basically standing against the wall pulling a Beyonce like, I'm not moving. I ain't doing
Come
nothing.
on, let's talk about it, though. Let's talk about it.
I'm here, but I ain't moving. Flat out. Like, no, I ain't going nowhere.
Let's talk about how she, because y'all keep saying Beyonce would never.
She pulled a Beyonce.
She
the
said
same way Beyonce was on that elevator. She stood
in
there.
the corner and said, handle it.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying right here. I'm staying right here. And I felt like, because people were like, she talking about she ain't doing nothing. She ain't moving. I feel like she's saying, I'm staying right here. You acting crazy. They about to carry you out. I'm not going nowhere. I'm about to be here for the rest of the night.
I'm finishing
because you
this
in here
party.
acting crazy. I'm staying right here.
What, and people are really legit.
But they didn't. I don't think people broke it down like that.
She should have been. She should have fought her. She's scary. I'm not fighting you.
If Nicki would have fought, it would have looked crazy.
In front of all these white people.
She knew better. She knew better. She knew better. And so then Cardi
My career
takes
is
off.
not that young. I can't be fucking around with it.
Right. So Cardi takes off her shoe. And of course, she tries to launch it at Nicki, but it doesn't really work. And by the end of the scuffle, Cardi's walking away, acting and looking like she's pleased with what she had done, like she made a point. She has the big knot over her eyebrow.
Her couture dress. They were fighting in couture. Well, she was throwing a fit in couture.
Hey, now she had an attitude.
Her dress was whipped.
But
her ass was out.
She said her motivation was the fact that Nicki or her camp talked about her child. And
it wasn't even talking about. She said you liked a comment about my child.
But she was saying, don't talk about my child.
How old are we?
Like 20.
She's 25,
24.
Yeah. Can you believe she's our age?
Yeah, I can believe it.
Well, younger than us.
These scuttlebuses, they fast. Scuttlebuss is fast in a mug. I ain't surprised.
Did you watch Queen Radio?
I listen to snippets. I don't have Apple.
Yeah. If you watch it live, it's free.
Oh, really? Where?
Yeah. On Apple.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't have Apple.
But you can watch it after the fact.
Yeah. But I did hear snippets.
I'm sure you can find it on YouTube too.
Yeah. I heard tidbits of what she was saying.
She got really aggressive, and I wish she hadn't
Go
took
into
it
detail.
That far.
Do tell.
She was like, you're at the highest moment of your career, and here you are acting like a buffoon in front of all these white. No, she didn't say white people. She said the upper echelon.
She might as well have said white, but continue.
Acting like in front of the upper echelon, and I was mortified that I was a part of this ruckus. And you can't put your hand on certain people because you put your hand on certain people,
you gon' die.
Yeah, that was a bit extreme.
You gon' die. My money is long.
I would have. Yeah, that's true. Come on, for real. Like, honestly, okay, ain't nobody gonna kill Cardi B. Let's cut that out. But
maybe she was talking about her career.
Yeah, her career. I would hope that's what she was talking about and not talk about physical damage. But, like, here we are, all multimillionaires in this room. Why are we trying to physically fight each other? Like, this is so beneath everybody. Like, y'all have enough money to never have to leave the house again. Like, everything you need to have taken care of is, why can something like a conversation or some shade get you that riled up?
Especially if there's been back and forth through lyrics already anyway.
Right. And then Cardi B cut the shenanigans because we saw the receipts.
Ooh.
You told this woman on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
That fuck her and her dead child. And the reason he's probably dead is because she's such a bitch.
Oh, he was just a bitch.
It's like, it's all kind of stuff.
So you
like,
can't say kids are off limits.
Ain't no kids off limits. And then Nicki, she kind of did. Somebody, this one little boy on Instagram that they made sure to highlight because they're biased.
Ooh.
But she did say to Remy, what type of bum bitch leave her son over a stack? So she ain't beyond talking. But that was the lyrics. That's
that
totally
was
different.
Lyrics, and that was to her
and
character.
And then that's after Remy.
After she felt like she got attacked.
After Remy went in on the whole family, the mother, the son, the brother, everybody. So
I feel like when you have these exchanges with people, there's no way for you to get upset at how people react because you don't have control over that.
Right.
So for you, what you think might be okay and fair game, to another person, they're like, no, I play dirty. And since you want to start with me, This is what I'm about to give you. You can't pick and choose. No, you can't. You can't hit me in my stomach. We only doing
Oh my God.
chest shots. Like no. We, people go for jugular, especially this. That's the essence of like rap and rap battling and rap beef and stuff like that.
For
You
real.
trying to blow that person up because you don't want them to say nothing else.
Right. We need
Everybody's
to get into the
watching.
conversation when this is over.
So, girl, bye.
Now, what do you feel like these respectability politics people are doing? How do you feel? Because
You go ahead. Go ahead and explain it for the people. What are respectability politics?
So respectability politics is when people, black people, or people of color, conduct themselves differently in white spaces than they do in black spaces, because it has been a commonly known fact that if you show your ass as a black person in front of white people, you could fuck it up for all other black people who are trying to enter within that circle.
Isn't it already messed up for us?
Right. We just started getting divided.
But
So the
I don't
last
even-
thing we
but
need to
it's-
do is come in and fight.
It's not necessarily messed up because of our actions. I feel like
Honestly,
it's
I
messed
felt
up
like-
because of like our color, and they just don't want our culture, but they want to use it, but they don't really want us to be exuding it. And I don't know, from what I see with the respectability politics is just basically get in line, be like them.
It's not
or
get
you
in
ain't gonna
line.
get by. Like that's how it comes across to
It's
me.
a
That's why I was like, I
win in
can't get
Rome.
with it. I
It's
can't
a,
get
it's
with
a
it.
win in Rome mantra. When in Rome, you adhere to the Roman policies. And
What are those policies?
I just don't that we don't take our shoes off and show our ass and fight
That's a lot of people's policies.
at
though.
$1 million goddamn show. Do you know? That's like somebody getting into a fight at your wedding. Like, bitch, do you know how much I spent on this shit? I'm gonna need you to calm down.
I'm not saying it's acceptable. I'm just saying when it comes to the definition of acting a certain way for the white crowd
I
that
don't-
you're in
let's-
front of.
let's not
That's
make
the
it-
part that makes
Okay,
me
okay,
like,
okay,
I
okay.
can't get with it. I
That's
can't.
fair. That's fair. Let's not make
Now, if it's, I don't know, daggone BET Awards or what else is black? What is
That
what's
would've been
black?
expected.
TV One or something like
all the black
not-
shows are off
not
air.
that it's
All the other black
expected.
award
Not
shows
that
are
it's
off air 'cause
expected.
people got stabbed at them. Okay.
It's not that it's expected, but I think they do deserve respect as well. They're expecting people to act a certain way as well. Shoot, when I throw this Black Positivity event next September, I'm expecting people to act a certain way as well. So I'm just saying, like, I don't see it as being something like
Good
only
luck.
for white. I know, only for white crowds. Like, we can still have a certain level of respect for
Okay,
black crowds as well.
let's not make it
That's why I went with Nikki when she said that upper echelon. I was like, girl, just say white. Please just say it.
Let's not make it about white people because I know this is a situation where we disagree. Let's make it about a certain financial status. Is that fair? It just gave all the way up for you.
Keep going.
Well, if you are of a certain financial status, you still have no stuff I know. Okay. So like, we're not going to act like we're not making $300,000 a show if that's what you're requesting. We're not going to act like we're still on Love and Hip Hop because you're not making Love and Hip Hop checks anymore. You're making New York Fashion Week checks. You're making Alexander Wayne. You're making Balmain money. And we need you to leave the Fashion Nova at home tonight. Like, you are amongst a more elite crowd and you need to act accordingly or you will be kicked out of that crowd. And honestly, I think this speaks to the fact of how fast they rushed her career. Nikki had to, she had to evolve to the point where she would be invited to these places. She didn't initially just get thrown into that audience. And I don't think it's fair that she has to conduct herself with a Cardi B at these events because it's too early for her to be going, clearly.
Fuck that shit, man.
Gave up on it.
Yeah, man. We're going to just post a YouTube video, man. Fuck that shit.
We're going to make it happen. We got a cover this week, so we can definitely do that.
All right, continue. Where we at? I'm sorry.
I was saying
My
that
life distracted me.
that Cardi B
I'm mad.
has been moved into this new circle of financial status.
You saying she ain't ready? She not polished enough, basically.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, Nikki had to work her way up to being invited to these things. She worked
Still showing her
the
ass.
little, but not,
Literally.
you stupid.
Booty everywhere. Every time she go out.
Yeah.
I mean, look what she wore compared to Cardi B.
Her ass wasn't out.
I know her booty went out, but her breast was out. I felt like Cardi B was the girl be looking like fashion.
Okay.
Nicki was a little bit more on the ratchet side.
Well, she got more body than Cardi
That
do.
wig and all of that.
You didn't like her wig?
Didn't like the dye in the middle and on the side.
I love the tiger
the
stripes.
wet. It was too much for me.
You didn't like the Beyonce Drunken Love?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Cardi looked better that night.
Do you think she did?
Yes. She looked more like fashion to me. Nicki was looking more like, girl, my cousin did it.
Oh, wow. I guess we have to disagree again. 'Cause I
That
really
is.
liked her dress and her whole look that night.
She looked like a character.
Really? You think so? I'm flabbergasted right now. I
She
thought that was
did.
one of the cutest things she had put
I
on
don't know. I
thus
think
far.
I just like her with black hair more.
Maybe that's what it is.
Didn't like the wig.
You don't like the colorful wig she's been doing?
I just didn't like that blonde with the black or the brown in the middle and the brown on the sides. I didn't like. And the wet look too.
It was a tiger.
I know. I
Thing.
did not like it. She looked like a character.
Okay. I'm like, maybe you just don't get the theme of it all.
No, I didn't like it. Didn't like it. Just didn't.
Okay.
No. Good pass.
All right. Rihanna had a fashion show as well this week.
I didn't know about that.
This would have been a cosign, but I'm trying to give us a little more time because we
I don't
ran
like
through
that.
it this week.
That's fine. Well, but really, we could
Well-
be running into ACEs.
Well, let's go straight into our tangent of the week, where we're yeah,
It's a tangent.
it's gonna be a tangent.
I hope I got a lot to say. But
We'll
go
have a lot
ahead.
to say. Because usually we kind of just parlay our tangents into one of our stop its negatives categories.
Yeah.
But we thought that we weren't being academic enough. So we're going to start introducing some life concepts, some social concepts, maybe some business concepts through our tangents. And this week we
Yes.
have...
Adverse childhood experiences. It goes,
So
acronym
define it
is
for 'em.
ACE. These are stressful or traumatic events that eventually developed into a range of health problems. One of the highest is the substance misuse or abuse. That's one of the usual outcomes. So some common stressful traumatic events that children encounter in their childhood would be household dysfunction.
Okay.
Maybe you grew up in a household with no mother, or you grew up in a household where there were no parents, and instead you were raised by somebody else. Or I think there's other household things: physical and sexual abuse, emotional and physical neglect, intimate partner violence. So maybe you're in a relationship with somebody when you're young,
little domestic
in high
violence?
school, yeah, and you have some type of violent situation that occurs. Mother being treated violently, so you watch or you see your mother being beat, or even maybe verbally abused.
Yeah. Psychological abuse.
Right. Substance misuse. Prescription pills, that would be one of the big ones. Household mental illness. Maybe you grew up living with a cousin that was crazy, but everybody would just be like,
Oh,
ain't nothing
God.
wrong with him, he just crazy. But really they had a mental illness, but it was never diagnosed. It was never treated.
All these PTSDs,
And you had to watch
our
it.
ADHDs, our ADDs, our what else? Bipolar and
Yep.
those things.
Parent separation or divorce. So maybe at some point growing up, your parents divorce or they separate. I also I would think to be under that would be growing up in a household where you don't have both parents.
Okay.
That could
Or
be
maybe
one.
even getting a step parent introduced could be like troublesome
Yeah,
to some
when
people.
you got one parent living in the house and one parent living somewhere else.
Or then having step siblings. Like a lot of people, I know a lot of people who had really traumatic experiences because one of their parents married someone else, and the love that they received prior to their parent
it kinda
having
decrease.
other children is different. So
Yeah. And I probably won't say the love, but maybe they just didn't have as much
Attention.
time. Yeah, they didn't have as much time and attention.
Or-
And then also, I mean, you got to spread the love. You
That's
got a
how-
whole bunch of
I
kids.
mean,
You
but
got to give time to
that's
each
when
one.
you really learn if your parent is willing to protect you, if they're willing to protect you from like their significant other. And then the people that I've always spoken to was like they felt like there's things that my parent would not have allowed my actual other parent to do that they allowed their step parent to do to them.
What do you mean?
Like you wouldn't let the real father whoop the children, but you allowed the stepfather to whoop the children.
That sounds crazy.
Or, there was never a time where you couldn't go into the refrigerator when both of your parents was together. But now that you live with your new wife,
you have new rules.
You have new rules, and I can't get food when I want to get food type of situation.
I could see that. I mean, well, but that...
Now, I'm not even
so
speaking to
tough
that personally because I didn't experience that.
Yeah.
But that's something that I saw really affected somebody who I used to be cool with.
I think a lot of the issue is that a lot of times parents don't put as much weight on like the children when they have concerns, or even if they're acting out and they say, I don't like this. Let me finish this. I don't like this, or I don't like this situation, or I'm not happy. And the usual response from most parents is, you don't even know, you ain't got no headache. You don't have any nerves. You ain't got no problems. You don't got to pay no bills. So I really don't want to hear it. And that's kind of what I grew up under. Like, you ain't got no say around here at all. But I think that's one of the things that a lot of parents, they might overlook. They don't really put that much weight on the concerns of the children. So then it is easier for them to make those decisions as they want. Still stay with that man if they want to have that man. Still have you deal with these step siblings when you know they getting on your nerve. You know they bad as heck. But the mother, she can justify it.
Or you held accountable for mishaps that they're not necessarily held accountable for. People be like, well, if I would have ever got pregnant, it would have been a huge issue. And here goes step sibling with 2 kids.
And you're welcoming it. It's fine. It's okay. What was your question?
I don't know if I want to ask you.
No crazy
yeah,
stuff.
I'm like, I don't want to ask you this because if you say the wrong thing, I'm gonna be disappointed. But
I'm gonna keep it
people
real.
kept coming to me like there's a hierarchy in a relationship, especially a married relationship. It should be God, parents, children. And I was like,
I think some people think of it as a sense of forget my kids and my husband instead. But it's not really like that. Like, even if it's as simple as like making plates or making food, I make everybody plate at the same time. And then I set it all at the table at once. Here you go, Deucey. Here you go, Gigi. Here you go, Daoud. And then I'll make my plate last. Or, because we got it like that.
All right.
Daoud might cook, and then he'll make all of our plates, and we'll all sit down together. But at the same time, I have to. It's God, my husband, and then myself. But it's never a leave my kids in the wind for my husband. You see what I'm saying? I might have to change the kids' schedule to make sure that my husband is comfortable, or he can do what he need to do. That's now that in that situation, it's applicable, but it's never a they both drowning. Who I'm gonna save? That would be like, get the kids, because that's a mutual thing. But I do think sometimes people kind of play it up a bit much. It's not that deep.
You feel like
if you got everything
not
covered,
play it up. You
nobody
feel like some people fuck it up.
they might. It's not. And then I think what people think is like, yeah, I'm gonna neglect. Since they put their husband first, they neglect their children and do everything for the husband. But it's really not like that. Because for real, a part of me making sure that he pleased and keeping him first is making sure that his kids are taken care of.
Right.
So it's kind of it's an all-around thing. And then also,
I guess you have to assume a constant that the husband is worth.
Yeah. And that too.
The
He got to
energy
be
you
worth
putting
it.
into him.
That's true.
And I think why people are so opposed to that idea, more so than not, is because a lot of people invest more energy in a spouse than what they deserve and do neglect their kids. Like, if you getting child support, no. If you getting food stamps, and you willing to sell your food stamps that are supposed to take care of your kids for a man who not even supposed to be living in your household, bitch, you got the game fucked up. You got the hierarchy fucked up in that case. And those are usually the women who really advocate
Say my man
that
first.
hierarchy. And it's be like, girl, bye.
It's a way to.
Your
it's
man
a way
can't
to
even
do
buy
it.
food.
It's a way to do it. It really is. It's a way to do it. But that do sound crazy. Shoot.
Go more into the adverse childhood experiences.
I was gonna say, be whole couples that be selling the food stamps together.
Let's talk about it. But
Talk
let's
about
not.
it. So, but this is according to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. I think I went. Oh, some additional stressful and traumatic events that will go under the category of adverse childhood experiences: substance misuse, household mental illness, parent separation and divorce, and incarcerated household member. And of course, that's a big one as well. They did show that there's a strong relationship between these ACEs and substance use disorders, behavior problems. And then also, as a result, in the long run, the children, they have a cognitive functioning disabilities. So they might not make rational decisions.
Be less as successful in social environments and financial and employment environments because of these adverse occurrences in their life.
And that might be something that Cardi B is battling at this point.
I think that's where we were hitting, yeah.
And it's beautiful when, like, at a point in your adulthood, and it's good that, I mean, I didn't know the exact term for adverse childhood experiences. I didn't know that was the term, but I have recognized, like, trauma that's been passed down from generation to generation. Even the things that are not on purpose, as I would say.
Yeah.
Just like something as simple as, we're going to straighten your hair because, I don't know, you got a school dance tomorrow or it's your graduation, so I'm going to straighten your hair, girl. Yeah. And when I was little, I was all excited, like, yeah, I'm about to get my hair pressed. It's going to be sleek. It's going to be cute. And then as you get older, you start to realize, like, dang, that's a part of why I think my hair ain't good when it's not straight. So I think it's got to be straight.
Take into account, I mean, these are like self-reflective topics. And a big part of self-reflection is taking yourself into the mindset or the shoes of the people around you as well, because you will never understand your situation until you understand the influences, right?
And it's funny because I had that conversation with my mom, and she was like, "Oh, you got that from me." And I grew up around all white people. I didn't want to, but she was like going into detail. I was like, "Well, I already knew that, but." Yeah, but I know the source of it. But some people don't take the time to find it.
Let's acknowledge the fact that she was willing to give you that.
Some people ain't,
because some people will never acknowledge some of the things that they impressed upon you, be it good or bad. They don't want to take accountability for that. So let's clap to mom for
my mother. Yes.
I'm sorry if you feel like that negatively affect you, but that was for me and fine.
She's like, oh, girl, you got that for me. Because she graduated, she was in school in Monroe, so it was all white people. Right. She was probably her and maybe one other black girl in school. And she said my grandmother had asked her, like, why don't you wear your hair down? She was like, it's going to get too puffy. I need to have it straight. And but she was just telling me, like, girl, yeah, that was for me. And I was like, well, I figured that much. You got it from your mother.
Because culturally, it was just a totally different atmosphere. I had to, like, I'll make a personal one for me. This didn't actually turn out well. I was.
What you say? It's all your fault.
No. It was something real simple. It's a real simple. I'm not gonna go too deep into my life because then we'd be doing too much. But but a simple situation was like I was wearing gold-plated jewelry. It wasn't real.
Right.
And my grandmother was like, back in our day, nothing we had was fake. Everything was real gold and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And she totally pissed me off. And she didn't even understand why. It's like, first of all, the economy was better when you was younger, so y'all could afford gold. And how much of it do you have now? No shade.
Don't be doing grandma like that.
But y'all was pining shit left and right. In addition to buying shit left and right. To the effect that you can't pass none of that gold shit y'all was flossing back down to me. 2, things are gold plated. No, I didn't hit her with that. I didn't hit her with all that.
Oh, this is after the fact.
This is what's going through my head as I'm getting, why she like scolding me for wearing fake jewelry. This is what's going through my head. Another thing is that gold is overpriced because of things that's happening in Africa. So we shouldn't even, especially back then, they shouldn't have been investing in gold back then because it was built off the back of the oppression of our people. But we didn't give a fuck about none of that.
Never.
And the process of getting gold now is detrimental to the environment. So you actually are doing the society of service by
just getting plated.
Just getting plated fake jewelry because, for real, first of all, it's not economical, it is not environmental, and it's not social right about now. But
hey, Grandma.
In her mind, she's still on some old school like she probably still value diamonds, and we know what the diamond trade is about now. So it's just like, I'm gonna need you to catch up to the times. Like she'll probably tell me my hair is nappy to this day, and I'm like, baby, we off that.
What's beautiful is perspective, and you got a good hold on what perspective is.
Yeah.
So you're able to recognize why she thinking like that.
I knew exactly why she was thinking like that.
But that gives you power in this situation, though, right?
At the same time, I was just like, I could really go into this, but I'm not. I just let her have it.
And it gives you power.
Yeah.
Because you ain't about to have no dumb argument back and forth.
Yeah, I'm not about to have no dumb.
You recognize, like,
she don't
this
even
just
understand.
something you just don't know.
You don't understand all these
Your thought
things.
process is this, and all of that added up ain't gonna get to what it really is. So I'm gonna just let you have that.
And let's talk about how gold devalues.
He about to go. We ain't about to go.
No, gold is in jewelry form. Gold is devalued. Like over time, you'll never get as much back as you paid for it from the store. It don't matter how much gold the stock appreciate. That is only in the bar form. Like in jewelry form, it never appreciates. Even like when people buy Rolexes and stuff like that, you'll be able to maintain some of your interest in it. It's never going to depreciate to a value so far, but you're not going to get what you paid for it.
Yeah.
It's not going to appreciate to that amount. It's actually a gold company that you can exchange your gold back to them, and it's still depreciated, but to a higher extent than regular JC Jewelers or whatever will give you. So like, there's a whole economy, a whole system, some whole social effects around this that you're not even taking into account.
Because that's not important in her perspective.
Yeah. But these adverse childhood experiences where, and what that situation meant more to me probably relates to another category where being verbally abusive. Like, I feel like my whole outfit was popping that night. But the night that I was wearing the fake gold jewelry. But you took the time to highlight the one component of it that was jacked up. And I feel like a huge part of my adverse childhood experiences has been dealing with the disparity in the generations when it comes to understanding of like the social climate.
Oh, there's a gap.
Because this is like, and I feel like things that I aspire to, like not working 9 to 5, were things that they never
that don't match up to what they see as being valuable or to being successful.
They were never
being
able to aspire to that due to level of education, resources, or just what they valued at the time. You know, they had a lot of fun when they was growing up, more so than probably I had. But at the same time, I got a lot more education than they did. So sometimes we would have these arguments where it would be like, that was me.
Oh, I'm like, what the heck?
I was accidentally hit the table. Sometimes we would have these arguments where it would be like, you think you better than us. And I'm like, you my whole ass grandmother. You my whole ass grandmother. Why would you even have this argument? Why would you allow that to come out your mouth? Like, I still live here. I still help you pay bills. How do we? So some things you just like, you have to just let go. You have to just oversee. You just can't let it affect you to some extent. Like, you'll never come to some type of reconciliation with these situations.
Especially, I'm like, okay. Especially when it comes to like different generations or the old generations, because they automatically have their guards up.
Not that old either.
Oh, yeah.
That's another situation.
But even still, they still think we crazy and we lazy. And we don't want to work for nothing.
Right.
But I just think we just got a different mindset. We value other things. Lord. Especially like with progression and studies of like mental illness and stuff like that. I value my mental state. So of course I don't want to be clocking 40 hours a week sitting in front of the screen doing the same thing over and over again. No, I want to be able to fill my time with hobbies and other things that I aspire to that give me some type of release from all the responsibilities that I have as I don't know, go through this adulthood that I'm not too happy about.
Adulting. Let's talk about how even the fact that we choose to be well educated in our mental health is seen as like cute to some of the older generation.
I think they see it as weak too.
Like, because
It's weak.
at one point she was like, and now you a psychologist? I'm like, because I choose to invest in understanding and evaluating my mental health so that when I'm 2 and 3 years down the line and I'm making the same or different decisions, I understand why I'm in that mental state. Like, this is the purpose of evaluating these adverse childhood experiences, because it's necessary to move past them if you want to accrue a certain level of success. And maybe the fact that you guys have decided to ignore those things is the reason why you haven't accrued that amount of success. Or let's look at it this way, because I know a lot of times we look at all the negative things that have happened to us in more so of a positive light. Like, I've been through this, and that. And that's why I'm going to be okay through anything. I think while it is optimistic for us to think of it in that aspect, I think we need to take into account studies like this who are trying to let us know, like, okay, baby, I know you being strong and you trying to power through it, but let's really sit down and have a Vincent fix your life moment and really acknowledge if you are past these things. Because like, you know, there's children who, you know, they say being molested makes you more sexually active. There's a lot of women out there like, you know, that happened to me, but fuck that. But the only way that they can see themselves attached to a man is if it's through money or and not necessarily tying those two things together. Or people who can't aspire to do things greater than what they've seen because they have always been spoken down to as a child, or people who are willing to accept a relationship that is not healthy both mentally or physically because that's all they've seen a relationship be in the household that they grew up in.
They think that's cool and that would be acceptable. And even if they know that it's not good, subconsciously they still just continue to live in it, or you don't value yourself enough to think that you deserve more than that. Or, well, this is what so and so was willing to accept, and I've been out in the world and I gotta be like my mom and just shut up.
I've experienced the things I aspire to have in a spouse, and those things weren't necessarily given to me. So maybe this is all I'm worth. And, you know, that goes back to the conversation we had, like, never settle. Like, there should be no settling when it comes to picking a partner. Like,
you know, I gotta say you're gonna be settling a little bit. Because they call it settling down now, Jermaine.
They do call it. They call it
settling down. And I mean,
there should be some hard points that you will not bypass. Though.
I mean, of course, you want to have some type of standards, but I mean, when you get married, you settling down. Like, essentially, that's what you're doing. You are you know what your part. Well, hopefully you do. Hopefully, you know what your partner is about. You know what to expect in their character and their decision making and how they're going to affect you on a daily basis. But essentially, it is just settling. It's settling down. It's just a matter of what you're going to find to be acceptable or not.
When I think that, I think we probably... Well,
go and get married. And
let's highlight the word settling.
Settling.
Settling as in, this is what I know I want, and this is what I'm capable of receiving is a settle. But if you saying... You know, these are the things on my list. They meet these things, but I thought it would be better. That's not settling. That's just realizing what you wanted isn't in the package that you wanted. You know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily the same thing. When there's like a list of things you wanted and you knocked off 5 of them really important things just to have somebody, just to... be amongst the people who are married, be amongst the people who having kids, be it amongst the people who splitting rent, however you want to make it look so you can have you somebody, that's a settle. But if you're saying...
That sounds like desperation.
Yeah, that's a settle. When you done knocked off some key components, but when it's like, okay, they make a certain modicum of money, but not as much money as I wanted them to make. Okay, they're really, really great with the kids, and that wasn't something on my list, but... damn, that should have been on my list. You know, there's things that outweigh there's value in things that I never aspired to that outweigh the things that you don't have. So in that aspect, I'm settling, but it's not like...
But you're still saying settling, though.
If you wanted a 10 and you got a 10, but the points are in different categories,
in my mind, getting married is just like... Oh, that's it right there. That's it right there. That's it. No, I'm cool. I don't want no more. I'm cool. That's it right there. I'm settling down. I'm making
I don't want to think about it in that way.
I mean, essentially it is, though.
I don't think it is.
It is.
Stop painting that picture.
It is. I ain't painting no negative picture, but I'm just saying, you get married, you get married.
Okay.
And you saying, this it right here, in front of everybody. This is it.
Let's speak on that. Let's talk about
I ain't going no
being
further.
in a relationship and addressing their adverse
Ooh.
childhood experiences. What is that like?
Daoud is dealing with craziness 24/7.
I'm not trying to go into your business or whatever. I'm just saying in general.
My adverse childhood
Is it
experiences.
good that your childhood experiences like link up to where they can understand the faults you have and you understand the faults they have?
I don't know if they link up. I don't know if we have the same adversities, just because he grew up in a 2-parent household. I grew up with my mom, and I mean, I was raised by her boyfriend, who she was with for like over 10 years. And he was there for like all of the pivotal moments of me growing up as a child up until like high school, for real. And then still in contact afterwards.
You still count that as a 1-parent household?
Only because of my estranged relationship with my father.
Okay.
So I called Kenny.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I called Kenny my dad. And anytime somebody asks me, yeah, that's my dad, and he crazy. But then I still knew who my dad was, and we still had that estranged relationship. Okay. So it was like growing up, I only seen him like a couple times. So even with Daoud, of course, yeah, we had Kenny in the household, but he did leave when I was starting high school. That was like 8th grade.
Okay.
He was in the household, and he was influential, but not exactly always positive influence, I would say.
Okay.
And then with the relationship with my father being so estranged, I think that's why I'm more so, I don't know, like I feel like I gotta know everything. I need to know what's going on. I don't like surprises. I don't like not being in the know. And I do think that's a part of it. I don't want to say daddy issues. But at the same time, I tend to have like limited trust. Like, I'm cool with a lot of people. I have a lot of good relationships with people, but at the same time, my trust is what I value. And I guess that's why I was getting upset about going to Primerica and all the other stuff where I felt like people was trying to trust. Yeah, I was like, I feel like y'all trying to play me. Like, yeah. So like trust is a big thing for me, and that was the issue.
Trying to play me.
Not so much that I thought I was gonna get cheated on, but I just didn't want nothing to happen that I ain't know about. Like, I don't know that. I have to know. Like I make plans. Like, I got a calendar set up of what everybody got to do for the week. Mm-hmm. Daoud, I need you to write down what you need to get done so I can know how I'm going to move. I'm just a person that just has to know everything.
I think those are things that I like.
And that might be a result
I've definitely
of my ACE.
I've definitely addressed, not directly with the CE situation, but in my head I kind of have like people who grew up with like a better household or social background or have more opportunities than maybe I have. I've took that in consideration to like I'm probably, I don't want to use the word, but I'm going to use the word.
Oh my God.
I'm probably a little too damaged for you. Like,
I think everybody damaged, real talk. Like, you and your parents. And their parents too.
I'm going to have to aspire to be a whole different person just to accommodate the disparity with bullshit I done been through to your lack of bullshit, and like certain things that are going to piss me off, you're not even going to be understand. So like, I've definitely like, I'm not going to say I want somebody who done been through some stuff, but I at least want somebody who could understand somebody who has, because like that has been a detriment to a lot of my friendships and a lot of my like courtship situations where it's like somebody came at me sideways and I was like, you don't even know you playing right, and like I don't even think you know you playing. Or like there's just things that I would never do, like, because I don't feel like it's socially acceptable. Like, I don't like meeting if I'm friends or significant others, I don't really like meeting their people.
You sure don't.
Because I feel like, hey, hold on. I just feel like where I can win at accommodating you, I can't accommodate everybody around you. And that has always been my downfall. By meeting other people, they taint the perception that person has of me. So that has made me drift away towards trying to meet other people, because like now I done lost the friend that I actually did have because I tried to be friends with the cousin too. So
and then they started a campaign of,
Yeah.
why you hanging with so-and-so?
yeah, that type of situation. So that like that's an adverse situation, and people be like, well, why do y'all want to just like, why can't I just speak with you?
Don't say people, say me. Layla be like, why you ain't just come?
I didn't think that was... No, honestly... Wait, let me go. I didn't know that was such a big issue amongst us.
It is.
You let me know something right now.
I didn't know you wasn't gonna come.
I didn't know
we
that
both getting triggered around
I
here.
didn't know that was a problem, actually. I thought that was fine with you.
Since you said it.
I thought you understood.
It's okay, because you're going to make it up tomorrow, so it's fine.
I sure am.
You sure will.
Yeah.
I just told Doug today, like, yeah,
Even in my
going to be there too.
Even in my other friendships. Even in my other friendships.
Where you at? Where you going with this?
Remember Halloween?
Oh, come on. Wait a minute. What happened Halloween?
I was supposed to be going like out of town with a friend and their friends, but the other friends decided they didn't want me to go.
Girl, you're dead wrong. You know who you are.
I still love her to death to this day. But like that was like recently. That was like within my college years that something like that happened. So now it's really like,
I'm going to look you in your eyes, baby, and tell you I would never.
I don't want to.
I would never do you like
I don't want to be bothered with people and their friends, because maybe the persona that you uphold around me is not the persona you uphold around them. So.
They be switching it up.
I do too. I'm not saying it as a bad thing. You know, I didn't mix my hood friends with my college friends because that was two totally different me's. That was two totally different atmospheres, and I could see it popping off before it even happened.
When I was in college, like the friends that were not in college or considered hood.
That's a good.
I brought them girls around, and it was actually like good influence. Like people went and got high school diplomas, and I see. It's not that people directly say, "Oh, because of you, I did this." But you can tell when you've influenced somebody, because you introduce them to something. You come over while we having a study session, you seeing what we do, and then you also get to see the fun side. We also was kicking it as well. Like you can do the school and you can still kick it and have fun. Yeah. I felt like it was a good influence. Then again, it could have been bad, but it worked out cool.
It could have been good for others and bad for others.
I mean, yeah, because then they could have got you mixed up in something off campus that had nothing to do with school. You mixed up with the regular population, not college trouble, and that could be a big deal. But it didn't really turn out like that. Like we took them to a lot of campus parties and everything. It was cool.
Okay.
You gotta mix and match. You gotta expose people to new stuff. That's what's wrong with us now. A lot of us we're not exposed to things outside of the norm. Like it be people, I've never been out of Cleveland. I ain't never left Ohio.
I've done
hummus. I ain't eating no hummus. Well, I look like eating some hummus.
And I love hummus. I learned that from college, actually.
A lot of people don't go to college and learn about hummus. I'm just saying. Or even the first year of college experience. A lot of people don't get that. I'm not saying that everybody has to go to school.
Because everybody didn't even finish.
That first year was ridiculous. Well, number one,
I didn't live on campus, so your ridiculous and my ridiculous is two totally different levels.
Everybody needs to go to school for at least one semester, okay? Especially right after graduating college. I mean, right after graduating high school, you just need to, because
or some type of technical training.
Yeah, some type of technical training. But
you gotta quit messing with your mind.
I know I gotta stop. But it's so I want to move it all the time. But no, I mean, yeah, if that's your route, yes. But if you can go to a college, and I'm talking about living like on campus. Mm-hmm. Getting involved in the programs that they have available.
No, that I did do.
That I had so much fun. The thing is, you get like so much responsibility right out the gate, and it's a time for you to really, at least I did, like some self-reflecting of who am I, who do I want to be, what type of people do I want to hang around, because at that point you kind of have more of a choice. It's not like high school where you got to deal with your same class all day, every single period, you with the same students. You get to kind of mix and mingle. And it was a challenging time only because now your professors, they see you as an adult, not as a high school student. So you kind of had to step up your game in terms of being prepared for things, setting up plans and scheduling. I had so much fun. And I got to meet so many people. Initially, it might be a culture shock because if you go to a large university, the classes are predominantly white. But then you might have to work on a project with somebody from India or a Japanese
talk
person.
about these group projects.
I'm just saying, mine were fun. We did good. We donated to what was it? Damn, where was this at? I don't know. There was some type of
I
hurricane.
can't even say that.
donated
It'd be
to it.
so shady.
Don't do it.
Okay.
But you get to meet with so many people with so many different backgrounds and learn from them, learn together. And like, well, I had 2 people who were supposed to be included in my wedding, but one of them backed out. But the 2 people that were not family that were included in my wedding were people that I met in college, my college friends. Those are usually they say like the people you meet in college or the friends you make in college, those are the ones that you're going to be friends with for a lifetime. So go to school if you want to, boo, and hit me up if you need some help.
Yeah. Is that it for the adverse childhood experiences? I think we addressed it via friendships, via relationships, and via, self-analyzation. Those are things we need to address. But like I said, even though these are things that people say make you lack in success, these are also things that can help make you powerful. I know, like, I came up from, a working class family, and I knew I didn't want to be stuck to a factory, or I knew I didn't have any chances of being successful selling drugs. So college was it for me. So that first time I got a B, I cried my little eyes out because, to some people it was just a class. For me, I was fucking up my whole future.
Right.
And while I have worked some of these working class jobs, I know that it's not the final stage for me. I know how I have more access than I would have otherwise. So like, while these are things you need to address, also have them be your motivation more so than your roadblocks.
I do want to add one more thing. With the ACEs, the adverse childhood experiences, the best thing you can do is first recognize that you have experienced some things that are essentially traumatic, even if they are not direct issues, even if the person did not put that influence on you directly. You still may have been through some type of traumatic event that plays through in your life.
They appear normal amongst your peers. Does not mean it's okay.
It don't mean that it's okay. But make sure that you're aware and try to recognize these things. I do encourage people to kind of look it up, read into it if you want to. Maybe you find out some things about yourself that you never really thought about until you read into this information. Being familiar with your past traumas as an adult is such a blessing because it'll help you more easily navigate through life. You'll better understand the people that you might have conflict with. You'll be able to make more sound decisions. And then also as you go into parenthood, you'll be able to
make sure that's something you really want to highlight.
As a mom, when I'm dealing with my daughter, and she is only 5 years old, but we have full-fledged conversations, me, her, and her dad. We have full-fledged conversations with her, and I always try to make it known that we hear you, we understand you, blah, 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 blah. But I really try to be cautious to make sure that I limit the amount of trauma that I inflict on her, directly or indirectly.
And let's be clear that we are, no matter how good or how bad our childhoods were, we are thankful for them because they did bring us to the point we are at now. But there are things that could have been better. Always. And there are things that could have been worse. And let's make sure we are passing on those things that could have been better to our children and eliminate them things that could have been worse.
Because, and Daoud mom told me this, I know we might have grown up with struggle, but it ain't have to be like that. We don't have to glorify it. It didn't have to be like that. Okay. And make sure it's not like that for the next generation. When she said that, I was like, dang. I didn't even think about that because I'm always so prideful and I had to do this. We went through that. A lot of people are excited about saying what they went through and what they had to go through and what the struggle was like. I like to come up. But at the same time, why it got to be like that? Yeah. It don't got to be like that.
Even when I watch some of these celebrities talk about their children like they want to make sure they grow up, I'm like, well, wasn't that the whole purpose? Wasn't the whole purpose to make sure they didn't have to grow up like that? So, like, let them elevate to the next level. Let all the things that you ever had to worry about, all the things that made you tough, let those things matter.
Let it not be there.
And move them up to the next generation. I'm not going to have to, I'm not going to worry about if my child is a hustler because he didn't go through a struggle. I'm going to just institute things into his life that's going to make him a hustler without the struggle. Let's talk about that.
Right.
As opposed to, well, I'm going to make you go through a certain level of struggle so you can become a hustler. It's not necessary. There's always more than one route to an exit. So.
And we're gonna make our exit now.
Yeah, that was. That was a good segue.
It's been real.
We love y'all for real.
Bye bye.